Welcome to Spotlight Torrance, where we're exploring your city. I'm your host, Julie Chan. On today's show, we're taking a closer look at music in this city. From musical instruments to lessons to the musical that's coming up, Oklahoma, we've got it all right here. And today we're at Rock Around the Block. Yes, it's the 10th annual. Let's go find out what this is all about. Now I'm joined by Debbie Hayes of the Torrance Historical Society, who was one of the coordinators of this event. Debbie, talk about how it's been being a coordinator.
Oh my gosh, you know what? We're organized, but we are always scrambling at the last minute, but it always works out. Everybody knows what to do, and we have a fabulous team, starting with CitiCABLE and the City of Torrance. Oh my gosh, it all comes together, and it always works out.
And Debbie, tell me, what is your favorite part of this event?
Oh my gosh, you know what? I think it's the music, because that music gets people started. And DJ Ozzy is one of the best. He can get your feet moving to the beat like nobody else, and it really pumps up the crowd, and everybody's just so excited, and you see them bopping down the street. It's wonderful.
Now, tell me how you decided to start this event 10 years ago.
We are always putting on our thinking caps of ways to get people into the museum so they can learn about our city's history. So we said, hey, back in 1956, our city received the All-America City Award. Let's have a 50s event and dress 50s, have 50s music. That's the biggest draw. And then we get everybody in the museum.
That's wonderful. Well, our reporter, Crystal Garcia, had a chance to go and meet some of the entertainers that are out today. So we're going to go find out more about them.
Hey Julie, I'm here in the Bartlett Center with some of the South Bay Strummers, and they're just one of the live performers here at Rock Around the Block.
The South Bay Strummers are a group of ukulele players brought together by Clint Fisher.
I started the group back in 2002. I started some classes at Torrance Adult School, and when I had enough people, and I started this group.
The group shares their sounds at events all around the South Bay, and each year they perform a wide range of music at Rock Around the Block.
The instrument's like a fine quartet with 4 balanced strings, and you can play really beautiful jazzy music or old Tin Pan Alley stuff or a lot of Hawaiian or whatever you want. It's a fantastic instrument.
While the smooth sounds of the ukulele were shared by the South Bay Strummers, other performers hit the stage using a different instrument. The first group to hit the outdoor stage were the singing group, the Torrance.
We'll get recordings of stuff and listen to it and learn it that way.
The Torrance are all city employees who have a passion for singing, something they have in common with the second vocal group to hit the stage, the Sounds of Honda.
We're comprised of associates and contractors and retirees that work for American Honda, and we do this on a total volunteer basis. We use up our lunch hour to rehearse, and we'll go anywhere in the community where they want to hear us.
And each group to perform at the fun-filled event shared a passion for entertaining and having fun. For Spotlight, I'm Crystal Garcia.
Thanks, Crystal. Well, now I'm joined by Pam Hill and her husband. Pam, tell me, how long have you been coming to Rock Around the Block?
Well, we have a scrapbook with the Torrance Women's Club, which I'm a member of, and our pictures are in there since 2005. So that's, a long time.
And what is your favorite part of this event?
Well, I'd like to say the pie eating, but that's only for the kids. So, no, I like the entertainment and just seeing everybody, and it's a community event that we like to participate in. And we adore Janet and Debbie, so we like to help them out as much as we can.
Now, you look awesome tonight, and I absolutely love your 50s get up here. Tell me about what you're wearing.
Well, this was my boyfriend in high school, or maybe it was college, I can't remember back that far, his varsity.
Wow,
sweater.
And he gave it to you.
Well, indirectly. We broke up and I kept it.
And tell me about this hat.
Okay, this hat has a history. I was a flight attendant, and every time a pilot would retire, I'd go to the party store and get one of these hats because it's a propeller, and I would say, goodbye to them by this is their retirement hat. And I just retired, so that's why I have it too.
Wonderful. Do you go to the musicals here in town?
Yes, we love the Torrance Theater. It's brand new, and we participate in all of their shows, and they haven't had any that are just anything but good. That's a negative, but I mean, they're all wonderful.
Now, will you be going to the musical that's coming up?
Oklahoma, yes, that's great. Yes, that's right.
Well, our reporter, Amy Polpy Boone, had the chance to go over to Oklahoma's rehearsal. Let's check it out.
Don't take my arm too much. Don't keep your hand in mine. Your hand feels so grand in mine. People will say we're in love.
We're really special because there are not very many municipal theater companies. That's a theater company that is actually funded by the city. So we have elected officials in the city that believe in the arts.
Gia Jordahl has been working as a producer for the Torrance Theater Company since it opened back in 1999.
Whenever we pick shows, I think about our audience and our demographic. We definitely want to do shows that families can come to.
Oklahoma is a story about 3 love triangles with 3 couples cast who are actually married in real life.
I get to dance with him, which was like a dream when I was a little kid. We get to do a pas de deux, which is just a duet, and he gets to lift me.
Well, not only is the romance alive on screen and off, the play features local and national talent in acting, singing, dancing, and live music.
I have a 19-piece orchestra, which is amazing. We're going to be using the Broadway set. It's an incredible experience.
The producers and cast members hope that with the catchy tunes and sing-along songs, the audience will feel like they're a part of the show, especially when dancing is involved.
Back in 1946, this was a big thing to take a very dramatic book and put a complete, not just dance numbers in it, but there's a complete 15-minute ballet at the end of the first act.
Gussler says that other versions of the musical were glossed over and on the lighter, fluffier side. This version, however, promises to be a little earthier and a little dark.
I want people to leave not thinking Curly is necessarily, the best guy. Judd, who's the villain in this show, I want people to kind of feel sorry for him a bit.
The Torrance Theater Company puts on 6 shows per year, but only one of those is a musical, which usually takes place in the summer. The 5 other plays are during the season months between September and June.
What we want people to do is know that in their community, they can see something that is very professional, very polished. They can afford to come with their family and see it.
We're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, O-K-L-A-H-O-M-A, Oklahoma, yeah!
Thanks, Amy. Well, Oklahoma opens on August 9th, and I can't wait to see the show. It looks great. Are you planning to see the show?
I am planning on.
Well, I'm here now with Sally, and Sally, tell me about this candy you're eating.
Well, my husband knows I love sugar daddies, so he saw it at the drugstore and bought me one. So I'm enjoying it.
Now, did you used to eat these back when you were in high school?
No. Very seldom do I get to have one.
Well, tell me what you love about Rock Around the Block.
Well, I love the music, and I love the cars. We have 2 cars here, a 47 Ford Coupe and a 52 pickup.
Well, this is a great event, and if you missed it this year, you definitely want to come out next year. But we're going to take a quick break right now, and we'll be right back with a lot more music and a lot more fun here at Rock Around the Block.
Carl, are we having an earthquake?
It's worse, Eddie. Much worse. They're coming.
They?
Yes, they, them. It, the energy vampires. They come every night when my owners are asleep and suck the electricity from me with those fangs. They're here.
Carl, There's no such thing as energy vampires. It's just appliances and electrical devices that drain electricity even when they're not in use. You may not realize it, but devices like cell phone chargers, computers, printers, and battery-powered tools can account for 5 to 10% of your electricity usage when they're plugged in. You may think they're turned off, but in reality, they're using electricity and costing you money 24 hours a day. But you can fight the energy vampires by turning off power strips, using outlet timers, or simply unplugging any device that's not in use. Just a few simple steps can help get rid of the energy vampires and save money.
It sounds great, Eddie, but I still can't wait till morning comes.
It won't matter, Carl. As long as those electricity-draining devices are plugged in, your energy vampires will be there during the day, too.
That's why I've got the garlic.
Please, just get the power strip. If you want to see how much money you're losing to energy vampires, go to my account at SCE.com and check your hourly report for electrical usage in the middle of the night. But be ready. It might be scary.
Welcome back to Spotlight Torrance. If you're just joining us now, we're here at Rock Around the Block. And now I'm here with Hope, our very own, who's the host of Senior Scene. Now, Hope, what are you doing here tonight?
Well, I've been singing with the Terrell for 13 years, and it is absolutely a blast. We sing only the songs from the 1950s.
And so has your group been coming here for the last 10 years?
We have, but we've been singing for like about 14 years now.
And where else do you sing?
Well, we sing at the Torrance Employee Variety Show, and we raise money for the American Cancer Society. And we have almost got to $1 million that we've raised and given to the American Cancer Society. So we're really proud of what we do.
That is wonderful. Well, I absolutely love your 50s costume tonight.
Thank you.
Your poodle skirt. I wish I broke out a poodle skirt myself.
Hey, I used to wear this in the 50s. This is me.
Really? Was
Yes.
this yours from the 50s?
This is authentic. This is authentic.
Oh, that is wonderful. Well, we can't wait to watch you
Yes.
tonight and singing your
And
50s
you'll have to
music.
come see our whole group. We have one man, Jeff, and they're all Torrance employees.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, now, have you ever heard of this music company in Torrance called Peaceland Music?
No, I haven't. Should I?
Well, Peaceland Music offers lessons, and we're going to find out exactly what lessons they do offer and what their motto is over at Peaceland. So let's check it out. John Whitehead's musical journey was re-energized by Peaceland Music.
And I decided that I was done playing music. My hands hurt when I played, and I didn't feel like I was getting better, and I wasn't having a lot of fun in the band because of that.
After hearing the band Metallica as a teen, Whitehead was inspired to learn guitar.
Oh man, this is something I've got to do. And right away I asked my dad to get out some old guitars, and I started playing.
Whitehead was mainly self-taught, with a few teachers over the years, but no one quite like James Musser.
If it doesn't make you 10 times the player that you thought you'd ever be, I just couldn't believe the difference. What's really important is that they find the music within themselves. They find out who they are.
Peaceland Music has been offering lessons since 1998 and attributes its success to teaching varied techniques depending on an individual's needs. Musser's passion for helping students in the art has inspired thousands, including Whitehead.
So I came here to try out, guitar one more time, and what he showed me helped me fix my technique. We spent several months reworking how I played guitar.
Musser's own experiences and love of making music are passed on to his students.
Part of what you do with the music, if you can create more goosebumps while you're playing, then you're on the right track.
Musser knows that there is not only one technique to teaching an instrument. He strives to understand the student's ability and aptitude.
Just having proper technique, proper training can change everything. I asked him if I could teach here. And we, worked for quite a bit longer on that, and then I started off with a few students, and from there, my life completely turned around. I just teach now.
Peaceland Music is definitely a great place to take music lessons, and I'm joined now by Jaylene. Jaylene, tell me, do you take any music lessons?
Yes, I usually do at school on my own time, or at my house on my own time too. So.
And tell me what kind of music you like to play.
I usually like to play classical music because it soothes me the most in my own mind.
Which instruments are your favorite?
My instruments that is usually my favorite is for orchestra the most, like violins, piano, and like the cello too. So that's it.
Wow. And which one do you think you're the best at?
I think I'm usually the best at xylophone because I usually like to hit hard. Yeah.
Have you ever played the drums?
Oh yeah, I have quite often because I am a percussionist, but yeah.
And what do you love about the drums?
Usually it just makes that noise that just follows through my ears and that rhythm that just follows through the whole music, and that's why I love drums and the percussionists the most.
Well, our reporter Amy Polby-Boone had the chance to go out and meet a drummer and his son, and they have a great story. Let's check it out.
Today we're visiting the Fuentech Drum School, which is located off of the Pacific Coast Highway and Ocean Avenue. Let's go take a look. Many have dreamed of being able to make it as a musician. Well, you're about to meet a Torrance resident who does.
I told my dad I want to be just like Buddy Rich, and he looked at me, oh, no, you don't. You don't want to play like that. That's so hard to do, and only certain people can achieve that.
But despite his father's warnings, John Fuentes pushed ahead. He started taking drum lessons at the age of 9, majored in music at Pasadena College, while picking up many famous and well-known mentors along the way.
From then on, I've just basically been studying with drummers like Terry Bozzio, Jim Keltner, Freddie Gruber, and also Jim Chapin.
Busy chasing his dream and becoming so good at his craft, even the 1980s former teen icon thought so.
When I auditioned for Tiffany, there was about 150 drummers trying out. So it was about a month process, and out of all the bands, I ended up getting the job with Tiffany.
After touring with Tiffany for 6 years, Fuentes decided it was time to start the next chapter in his life. He opened a drum school right here in Torrance in 2003 with his son Nigel as one of his first students.
Well, I saw my dad do it, and I really liked how he did it.
The Fuentech Drum School trains over 75 students per week, and now his son, who is 11 years old, is able to help.
They have been with me since they were 9. Wow. So I've watched these kids grow here. One's going to Arizona State to marching band.
Fuentes says he practiced 8 to 10 hours every day while trying to make it as a musician.
You must live it and must make it your life, because it is a hard way to make a living, and if you don't hustle, it's just basically a dream. And in order to make that dream come true, you have to work really hard and practice.
Reporting for CitiCABLE, I'm Amy Polby-Boone.
Thanks, Amy. Well, those two have a very inspiring story. Now I'm joined by Janet Payne. Janet, you are the organizer of this event. Talk about how much work it's been.
It's a lot of work. Debbie and I, she called me the other day and she said, remind me again why we're doing this. But you know, it's so much work, but like we have so many people, like the car people, we just say, you on for next year? And they go, yeah. And we say, okay, we'll talk to you close to the date, and then we never have to do anything else. It's easy, and it's a lot of work, but gosh, we have the most great group of volunteers you could ever imagine.
And you have a lot of entertainment here. Oh. So talk about how you get the entertainers here.
Well, we've started getting more entertainment. We don't want to do too much because we want people to do everything. But I kind of have a personal thing. I graduated from high school in 1959, so I grew up with the music of the 50s. And I know all the words to all these songs. I got all the moves. And so it's like without the DJ and without the music, it's nothing.
And this event happens every July, right?
It happens every third Thursday in July. And this is our 10th year. And when we started, we just we were going to trick people into learning about history, the history of their city when they got the All-America Award in the 50s. And so we said, well, let's do this, music and cars and burgers. And then we added the hula hoops and the bubblegum contest, and we just want to keep it going.
Right, and
Yeah.
it is a great event, and this is fabulous here. Rock Around the Block happens every July, so make sure you catch it next year if you missed it this year. Thanks for joining us here on Spotlight Torrance. I'm Julie Chan, and we'll see you next time.